So this comes from a church in Illinois. And prior to Brivo, it was lock and key. And there's a lot here. We have a fully documented case study on this. But really, you can see the problems in a nutshell on the left. So key holders, they needed to be there. As I was talking about earlier in the session, they needed to actually be on site. So you had people who were managing the facility who needed to come from their home at all times. If people were coming in late or coming in early or had an event or had something that they needed to be at the church for, people would have to come in and let them in with that key. And then again, to talk about what I was talking about in the very beginning of the session, they have to track all those keys. So the keys, everybody has a key. If somebody leaves, where is the key? It's just a very significant security issue when you have all those keys out in circulation and you're not exactly sure what the status is and who has every one. And again, electronic access control solves that. So after Brivo, very easy to manage. Understand what's going on with the event. The staff is managing everything. The sanctuary doors, as I mentioned before, are on a schedule. So if they're open from 9 to 5, they're on that schedule and secure the rest of the time. And then the staff members were assigned numeric PIN codes so they didn't have to worry about managing the keys. And I think the quote says it all. He didn't have to go to the church anymore. He just has his connected device anywhere, anytime, and he can use that to open and do the things that he needs to do in order to manage that facility. And then the third case study, again, involves really efficiency as it pertains to scheduling events. We know that houses of worship have a wide variety of events that happen at all times, and it's a big issue. So this is from a customer who had Brivo for 3 years, or a number of years before that. And prior to Brivo, for every event that happened, he would have to go in and program the first door and the second door and the third door, all leading for a path at the event at the right time. And this took a lot of time, 8 hours a week, 8 hours in the first part of the day. Once eSPACE by Smart Church was layered on top of that, he was able to see the access control and manage it. And there's also an HVAC tie-in, so they could set the HVAC to correspond whether it was on or off, depending on what time the event was happening, and do that all automatically. And that saved him 8 hours a week. And again, I think this testimonial says it all. Time is our greatest commodity. He was able to get that time back, focus on other tasks, and focus on tending the ministry, which is exactly what he wants to do. So I'm going to turn it over now to our partners at Smart Church as a segue here to Lee to talk a little bit more about what I just talked about. Brivo is a very flexible system, and we can integrate with other pieces of software that make our product even better.